Good morning and welcome to the channel. It is a very bright, very cold day, but we'll be working inside, beginning a new bathroom renovation. So let's jump up there and see where we're at. Okay, this is the main bathroom that they are redoing. It's upstairs, there's 3 bedrooms up here, plus the bathroom, so it is priority to get it done. So right here, we'll jump on inside. Okay, so taking a look in here, like I said, the homeowners have done most of the tear out. I'll roll you a clip of what it did look like before, but basically there was a vanity here that will be replaced with 2 single sink vanities, his and her basically. There was tile wainscoting around the whole perimeter. Ripped that down, there's an adhesive left over, but we're gonna deal with that in this episode. So over in this cavity was the tub. Like I said, I've already spent a day here preparing some of the space. I tore out the tub and a little bit of miscellaneous stuff in preparation. You can see that I framed that back wall with new studs to make it straight because it was pretty out of whack. So the only real changes we will be doing is skim coating these walls, making them flat, doing a new tub surround tiled, and there'll be a barn door that goes where the current door is now, a sliding door. Just because in this corner there's quite a bit of wasted space with the swing of the door. So they're gonna put a barn door sliding this way, which will tuck in between the vanity and the wall here to free up this. Okay, I'm gonna get some stuff ready and we'll begin with the walls. It's always a hit and miss how the tiles come off. Sometimes the wall comes with them, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, just the adhesive is left behind, so it's a little more efficient for us just to skim coat this adhesive rather than tear down all the walls and gut the whole place. It just saves a little bit of time by skim coating it. We'll be using Bullseye 123 primer on this adhesive to enable our sheetrock 90, which is a fast setting drywall compound, just to enable that to adhere a bit better to that adhesive. It creates a better bond so the mud sticks, or skim coat goes on better and stays on, more importantly. So first step is to prime that adhesive. A little stinky. This stuff only takes an hour to dry too, so it does dry fairly quick. Okay, that first coat of primer is on, which is good. It does take maybe an hour for it to dry. Once it is dry, we can go ahead and do the first skim coat. So I'll fast forward till then. Okay, the primer is dry on the walls, so we can go ahead and mix up our sheetrock 90. And I'm thinking it will take at least 2 coats, most likely 3 coats, to get it smooth and finished. We'll do the first coat in sheetrock 90, and then we might use a low dust pre-mixed mud compound, just because you can apply it a little thinner, you can pull it a little tighter, and it's a bit of a better finish than I can do with the sheetrock 90 light. But we can go ahead and mix that first batch up. We're kind of fortunate that we have a water supply in the shower valve here. We haven't eliminated that. We'll have to eventually replace that valve, but for the time being that can be my water supply. Something like that. So I'm going to use a 14-inch, or actually it's a 16-inch flat trowel. Here's the consistency of my mud. So here's the first wall. I'll double check to make sure there's no really high points. Just because the edge of my blade will ride up on that high point and create a ridge pretty easily. Okay, first coat is done. Turned out pretty good. I'm not going to play around with it too much because it does dry pretty fast and you can end up making a mess if you try and fix it too much. So that's basically my filler coat. I'll do a second, most likely a third. Get some more mud on my hawk to do the next wall. Second wall is done. Give you a bit of a closer look. I don't think the camera will be able to pick it up, but you can see ridges going across horizontally. That's okay. When we go back for the second coat, we'll go perpendicular to it and we'll fill those ridges in. That's why I'll have to do at least 2 coats. Alright, so we got this section done with our first coat. Ran out of mud, so that was a pretty good estimate with what we needed to do that. We can go ahead and mix up some more mud and begin our first coat from here all the way around. Okay, about 2 hours have passed by. The sheetrock 90, the first coat is now dry, so I can go ahead and begin my second coat, which I'll be using a dust control. It's a normal mud compound made by CGC. I'm gonna go ahead and thin it down as well a little bit to help it spread a little better. Add a little water. Give it a mix. Something like that, and then I can begin my second coat. Pretty much the same process. Again, I want to make sure that there's no high points or peaks or anything that my blade will ride up against, making a bigger ridge. You just knock those down. And the only difference with this coat is that I'll go in the opposite direction as my first coat. That way I fill in any valleys. So that's pretty much the process for the second coat, same as the first one. I just want to do long, even, continual passes with my trowel so I avoid chatter marks or ripples or anything, and swoosh marks. I can go around and do the rest of the walls, which should also all be dry, and I'll get back to you. Okay, the second skim coat is done. I'll wait for it to dry. It should be dry by tomorrow morning. It is regular mud, so it does take a little longer, but it is on there pretty thin, so hopefully in the morning I can put the third and final coat on. But that will do it for today and for this video, so thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.